Hello and welcome to another episode of 10k Replay with commentary. Today I'm playing Keeper of the Light, a hero that I believe can be one of meta heroes in this patch, and we've already seen it in the Dream League finals by Saxa. I think playing KotL is quite tricky, and for that reason, watching my replay with each decision explained might help you understand the hero. So, one interesting thing I have about KotL is for the most supports, when you play the lane, it's basically what you can, in each game that you play, on each support, you can repeat every single move, basically, which is like, pull the camp, block the camp, all of that, right? And for the KotL, the situation is reversed. So for the laning stage, you have to do some crazy things to make it work in the laning stage, because the KotL is quite weak laner. So in a sense, you're like, 9 class has played this hero as well. It's a hero that you need to play like you're a melee support that has to fix the lane somehow. Because you cannot really play the lane, because if you do, you're just gonna lose, right? And later on, it becomes way easier to... Wait, there was a word. What? Okay, never mind. And later on, it becomes way easier to understand what's your job in the game. So, as for the start, I'm playing against Taskar with Gyro. Quite impossible lane to play with. So I made a decision to not play the lane, which is gonna be dragging creeps, stacking camps and all of that, just to avoid laning, right? So I went for boots first, and this is basically what I've been doing in every game, buying boots on KotL. And in this game, it's quite obvious why, right? Because I don't want to play the lane, I want to avoid this as much as possible. And in the most games, you're still gonna lose the lane with KotL. There might be games that you might be better off with buying items that help you lane. But I think boots on this hero are very good, because you want the tranquils as soon as possible, because they allow you to roam around the map even more, right? So I made the decision to not play the lane. My Mars is dragging the creeps away, but I know I'm gonna drag the wave. The first one. Task, for some reason, doesn't contest me, which is very fine for me. So yeah, I'm gonna drag the wave and then secure level 2 for Mars. I don't care about my levels, I'm gonna get them anyways. I don't really drag the waves too much, because most of the time I'm playing range heroes that dominate the lanes. But this game, I'm playing KotL, so it's very hard to dominate, and then I'm playing into impossible lane. Basically, there's this lane, Gyro Task, is like impossible to play against, as Task has the facet that allows him to connect Gyro and then deal a lot of damage, right? So I know there's a huge wave, my Mars is busy here, taking another wave, so I want to push it in, right? So I'm using the blast. Don't mind my last hits, right? I'm very bad at this. So what is happening here doesn't matter. I just want them to eat some harassment, and then just my Mars is getting his wave, right? And those are the last hits here that he's getting that he wouldn't get otherwise versus this lane. And my goal here is to not let them let them kill us, basically. And that's the best we can hope for, basically. And then if I manage to stack and then play around the mid lane, I'm gonna be very happy, right? So I block their small camp. Versus Gyro, it's very important to have the small camp blocked. And sometimes even your camp. Let's imagine enemy carry Gyro is playing the lane. Let's get the kill here, I think. Yes. So basically you want to use your Illuminate from the trees, right? But going back. Every time you play against Gyro, he really doesn't want the big camp to be blocked. So that means his support is not supposed to block this camp, which they actually didn't, right? So sometimes you might even find yourself in a situation that you want to block this camp with your body, right? So let's imagine this. This lane is pushed out. There is a camp, so I don't want them to pull it. So I'm just gonna stop it here, right? Trying to contest the Lotus. But it's impossible. So far so good. My Mars has 7 last hits, but a lot of this comes to the fact that he died. We got the kill, so it's fine. And I got my Tranquils. So right now I'm very mobile. And I would like to get away from this lane if it's possible. I'm not even gonna guarantee Mars a good lane. There's like no way I can do it. I'm gonna try my best, like here, to pull. But they didn't pull, so I don't need to pull myself. But there's like no scenario that we're able to just win this lane. Unless they fuck up, and at this bracket, I cannot really count on people fucking up. I have to play efficient, right? So there's that small trick you can use to stack double. It not always works. So you blast like this and you move most to the right side as much as you can. And sometimes it's gonna stack both camps, and most times it's gonna stack once. I'm looking for an option to TP away. There's a kill on the top lane that we can get. So I just go there. We got the kill. The top lane is unfortunate. There's a patch position 5, and I know you love position 5 patches. And there's lifestealer as well, so it's not like we're gonna dominate any of the lanes. So I'm just quite happy to if the lanes looks like this. So they have 3 kills, we have 2. I'm completely fine with that. And look, like I'm using my blast every time from the trees, right? So that's my main goal. To not get blast, for enemies to not see the blast coming, right? And again, back to the stacking. I got the kill top. I don't have time to stack double. It's actually very hard to stack double from this place as well. So I'm just gonna stack again. And it's 5 minutes. I have boots and I have windlays right now. But my Mars has double stacks. Like both double stacks. And he has the levels, right? So out of impossible lane to win, we managed to get 1 kill already. My Mars died just once. He's quite happy about his game considering he's playing against Tusk Gyro. And then he has the stacks to fall back, right? So I pulled the lane back. So my Mars has the creeps. I'm gonna get the big creep here with my blast. And my idea is to secure the mid rune. But my Pudge is coming for the bot lane. And I'm like, okay, if you hook, we might actually get a kill here. I wanted to go mid lane, but if he's there... Okay, nice, good hook. And we get the kill on Gyro. Perfect. And time to go to the mid lane, right? I would love... If Pudge wasn't coming, I would stack the triangle and secure the bot rune. The rune is top, but yeah. He's not level 6 just yet. On Void Spirit, so that's unfortunate. He's not able to get the rune. So I check if enemies have wards. We are here with Patch and we're gonna try to kill Invoker. And this is a very good move for us, but unfortunately for us, Void misses his Remnant. And that's why we don't get the kill. There's gonna be a laugh from Patch as well. So this is a very good kind of move, because if this works, that's perfect. If it doesn't work, the worst case scenario happened here. Like, Patch died, right? He's died, but both supports rotated away. So imagine this. If I wanted to get this rune right now, this shrine, sorry, and Tusk didn't TP, I can guarantee you that enemies will contest this. And then they contest this. Maybe we run uphill and they see the stacks as well, right? So in a way it works, even though it didn't, it kind of works, right? And now my Mars is 6, I'm level 4. So considering the lane was very bad, we can actually kill Gyro now. But Tusk just comes back and Mars hesitates to use the arena, which is fine for us. I'm very happy to be a shield for my Mars for the poke damage, like here. Like if I get rocket, I'm fine with that. I have Tranquils, right? So I would love to kill on the bot lane, but the lane is like pushing into us. So I'm not gonna try to force things, because right now it's not guaranteed that we're gonna get a kill, right? So I'm like, okay, Mars, take the farm. I'm going mid to secure the rune. I'm gonna be late for the rune, but it's fine. I'm gonna be... If I'm late, okay, I'm gonna stack both camps. So notice how many stacks I've made already. And it's not gonna stop. If you play KotL, you need to keep stacking. Hopefully both camps, like 2 camps at once. With your blast, with attacks, whatever. Just keep stacking. Because the worst case scenario is you just farm them yourself. That's why you max your Q, by the way. I've been not putting my skill points in W. I find it underwhelming. Level 1, its cast range is very bad. So I've been like getting it at level 9, about level 9, which actually happens this game I believe. Because it's still a good spell. With the bonus cast range on your ultimate, it's quite okay, I would say. But mostly you want to max your Q and your... So what happened here? We didn't get a kill on the bot lane with Mars when I went there. I went to the mid lane. I pushed out the lane with my Void Spirit. Then with level 6 he's able to rotate to the bot lane and get guaranteed kill. And now I get space to get my level 6 or at least level 5 right now. So in a way it's perfect. We weren't able to stop Gyro from farming. And it's just impossible for us to stop him from farming, right? It's just impossible. So I don't really want to try to contest him in the lane, because it's pointless, right? And now Void Spirit comes back mid, so I go top. We get the kill. It's kind of unfortunate what happens here. But the game state is like this. Mars is farming, Void's farming, Lifestealer is farming. Considering the lanes that we were against, we're very happy with this. So I'm securing the vision for my Lifestealer. I think he gets RP'd for some reason here. Yeah, and there's a Sunstrike. He almost gets away here. So this is the only reason, like this fight is the only reason why I'm not at the runes. Because right now, the hero I want to play around is Void Spirit. I would obviously love to get level 6 ASAP. So I'm not at the rune and I see both heroes top. This tower is gone, so I want to get my 6 ASAP and then connect to the Void Spirit. My Mars, right now, he's taking the stacks, which is very good for us. Back to me. Okay. So I'm connecting to the Void Spirit. We want to get the mid tower if possible. But Invoker is showing there, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna farm up this camp. I keep watching my core's mana and I try to refill them as much as I can. I just got my 6. I'm looking at the top lane, there's no point rotating. Okay, there I'm gonna stack. And this is a trick you can use, which is like blast like this. So the edge catches this, right? And the next camp is gonna get pulled this way as well. So I got double stack here, which is perfect. And then I do it again. Okay, so for the item choices, I usually what I do is go for straight Aghanims. But here I was afraid. So early game is fine, right? The early game is fine. Sorry. But I feel like if I go for too greedy items, we might lose on tempo. So Glimmer Cape is one of the best items when it comes to that, because I can save and I can force people to buy certain items, which is dust here. There's a fight on bot lane. I'm not watching it because there's a wave on the mid lane. I'm pushing it out. And there's like many heroes right now showing up. So I'm like, okay, I will TP. I have my ultimate. I can heal. Maybe it's a bit late, but I don't think so, honestly. And here's healing that is gonna... Like, this spell is so good. Look how much damage it is, also healing. So I'm chasing Gyro here because I don't have detection, right? So I'm not gonna chase Invoker that is in this. That's obviously my fault. And by the way, it's more important to kill the Gyro here because you can see his network, right? So in a way, I was late to the fight, but due to my ultimate, we actually won it and Gyro is dead. And looking at the game, I think we've killed Gyro 3 times already, which is great considering he is a hero we cannot really contest in this game. Back to efficiency, I'm pulling my lane, so my Void is not afraid to farm. And I'm gonna stack again. Notice how many stacks I'm getting. This is something you really want to do as KotL. And in most games, I would just farm them myself. In this game, I feel like I have to play more towards my team, not towards greed. Because if we give up every tower right now and we give up tempo of the game, we're just gonna lose it. Because they can just like overwhelm them up with Gyro, and then Tusk gets like a Blink Solar Crest, and Jakiro gets every tower. So in that sense, I have to play more towards helping my team and not just finishing Aghanims. Because Aghanims is such a good item that if you get it, sometimes it's actually, you can afford to not participate in the early game that much for like 15 minutes. And then you just go out with Aghanims, right? Okay, so I pushed out the bot lane. My heroes are playing on the mid lane for some reason. I would love to push the bot lane, by the way. But they are not here, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stack again. And this time I'm gonna farm it, I believe. And there's XP Shrine as well. So I'm supposed to be here anyways, right? So I'm doing this again, which is, you know, farming both camps at once. There's a wave pushing in, so I'm like, okay, I'm going back to the lane. And I see my team smoked bot, which is the correct move. We really want to open this bot tower, and if you don't know why, I made a video on this. My team catches enemies. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna push out this and connect to you. And then I'm watching this, okay, I don't need to connect. I'm gonna farm this wave, and then we hopefully get the tower. Nice. So notice how I'm playing greedy. In a sense, I'm like, you can see my net worth, but I'm participating in what my team wants to do, which is like, this tower needs to die, so I'm actively pushing it right now. But they go back to the mid lane for some reason. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. I would love to push the bot lane first, but if it's working, it's working, so it's okay, right? But this time it doesn't. So I would just keep farming bot, because my team is supposed to be farming here. I mean, supposed to be pushing this tower and then farming here. If they are not, that doesn't change my plan of the game, which is get this tower ASAP, because I can tell you that Gyro wants to farm here. It's his lovely place, right? And you can see he's playing here, right? By opening this tower, I'm actually closing the map for the Gyro, right? I have my Glimmer already. Gyro is chasing, not getting last hits. I feel pretty safe because I have Glimmer. I make him chase me. Again, what is happening there, I don't like it. I don't really like it. I want my team to be bot lane. So I'm escaped. And going back bot again. The mid lane is getting pushed, which is fine. But again, the more important tower is on the bot lane anyways. So there's that. Coming back bot lane. This time it seems like my team is gonna group up. The lifestealer is left alone. He's farming. He's got his radiance right now. So I'm very happy about... So if we make a move on the bot lane, right? My lifestealer has a space to farm on the top lane, which is perfect. And if we bring heroes to the bot lane, that means there's gonna be a fight on the bot lane. And I love to fight right now, because I have healing, right? I have Glimmer and I have healing. I'm made to fight right now. Good arena by Mars. And another heal, another heal. Gyro moved to the mid lane, so he pretty much accepted that this tower is gone. And I don't want to give up the mid tower. I'm looking at this. I'm gonna glyph the tower as well. I wanted to set up the kill, but I don't have TP just yet. So I'm like stuck here for another 5 seconds. There's gonna be an awkward move here, I think. Yeah. But the most important thing is, we got the bot tower. This is something we wanted to do. Now, the situation looks like this. They got the dot tower, obviously, because they have way stronger lineup. We've got their bot tower. It's completely fine. My Glimmer is saving yet another person. And for that reason, I like... Pretty much, my Glimmer paid itself already, right? It saved me once, saved Pudge already, right now. So I'm going for the Aghanims, right? I have a pretty good game. I got 4 kills, 5 assists. So if I get Aghanims, this is gonna be winning the team fights. I have very good heroes to play, to have Aghanims with. Which is like Mars Arena is gonna force people in, and then I can deal damage with my ultimate, control them, all of that. I save my patch here. So this lane needs to be pushed out, and there has to be a hero that is pushing out this way. So in situation like this, I'm farming close, but I'm keeping this tower alive. And this smoke is kind of awkward, because my Void Spirit is in. But what ends up happening, I have my ultimate running, so I kill a lot. Gyro is wasting time, and my Lifestealer is connected to it. So... is he? I think he's connected. Yeah, he's connected. Yeah, his ping does that he's connecting, so we really want to play here. Because at this point we can actually take a good fight. With Lifestealer, obviously. The Lifestealer comes, pops out. I think we get 2 kills here. Yeah, he got 3 kills here, actually. So the carry is ready, he's arrived, he's connected to his team, and this is why we win a fight here. And notice how much time Gyro wasted after the laning stage by doing like random things. Which is like, we forced him, he wanted to be somewhere, and then we forced our heroes to be there, right? And because of this, he doesn't really have space. He would love to hit creeps and then maybe get the kills, but if we heal so much, he's not getting kills anyways. So I'm pushing out bot lane right now because I want to get the Tormentor. So I want to push out the bot lane to allow my team to... You know, if we force a TP on the bot lane right now, the Tormentor is pretty much free. But my team wasn't ready to take the Tormentor. We had some issues as a team, I think. Our moves weren't very clean, sorry. But in the end, this game was we were able to win the game. So I'm playing towards the Tormentor at 20 minutes. I have glimmers. I feel pretty safe going there, like this. We almost get the kill, but we have no idea if the enemy team is coming. So my Lifestealer doesn't dive in, even though I refresh his spells. My team is connecting towards the Tormentor because that's the fight we want to take. And just because of this, we're able to get the Tormentor and the tower on the top lane. So look again, there's an objective on the top lane, which is Tormentor. There's a tower as well. So we want to bring heroes. So there's 5 heroes. We took the mid tower, we took the bot tower, and the enemies want this tower as well. So there's likely a hero to be going mid, right? Which was actually the case. Invoker was there, and that's why we are able to get this. So I went for the XP Shrine, because I was sure my team gets the Tormentor. I used the heal to help them, and I got the XP Shrine as well. So in a way, we're dominating the map completely, despite having a rough laning stage, or more rather, not rough laning stage, but the heroes that were not supposed to win their lanes. And we didn't win the lanes, but we managed to make it even, and right now, because of this, we're moving on around the map quickly enough for us to dominate the map. And Lifestealer is like very strong carry at this point of the game. And this Gyro, after this start, for him to be so close to the Lifestealer is a problem. He would love to have one more item than Lifestealer has, right? So here's, I think, what happened is a small mistake by me, which is connecting a bit too late. But on the other hand, I have no ultimate just yet, so it's not like I can impact this fight too much. I don't have Aghanims as well. I think this is the only fight we're gonna lose, because we go too deep here, I believe. Because I want to finish off this Magnus, and what happens here is they show up with Invoker and Gyro and just kill us. And after this, there's gonna be a pause, so I'm gonna skip through this. For now, this fight doesn't really matter. So what matters is we took the Tormentor, and we really want to play around the bot lane and not let them rush and get the rush ourselves, right? We kind of struggle for damage for the Roshan, but on the other hand, they just use RP, so they have no RP, right? So I would love to force Roshan right now. I'm pinging Mars, there is XP Shrine, and I think the pause is gonna happen here, so I'm gonna skip through this. Okay, we're back. So as I said before, we really want to play on bot lane. get a kill hopefully, and then get a Roshan. So my lifestealer understands that. He's looking for a kill. He sees Jakiro. I want to connect towards him because he's very strong. But if enemy heroes show up, I really want to be able to help. I refill his spells and I'm calling for Roshan. And this is a risky call. But on the other hand, we just killed Jakiro and they have no RP, right? So in a way, it's a good move for us. It possibly might not work out. But on the other hand, if I'm healing a lot, which I do, my team shouldn't be able to die here. And my Aghanim's is flying as well. So if enemies come to contest when they have RP, which is right now, they will fight into my Aghanims, which is a very big problem for heroes like Magus. Because I can basically stop his cure, right? And enemies decide to not contest it early on, and then when they have RP, they are quite late. And this is because we've made that call and we followed up with many heroes. That's why we are able to get it. And then Gyro shows up, we miss a hook. But Mars is going in. I think Gyro has a BKB right now, he's gonna activate it. So notice how I'm playing around my ultimate a lot. Like, if I don't have the ultimate, I'm trying to not actively seek for a fight. And if I have the ultimate, I am trying to have a fight. So I'm kind of baiting my teammates to go in because I can heal them, right? My team went bot, I'm pushing out mid lane. This is really important in this KotL. You want to push out lanes a lot. You can see how many last hits I've got, right? Let's compare the last hits right now. So Pudge is greedy as well. He's not a support player, by the way. So notice I have more last hits than enemy supports combined, by the way. Back to the network. So I'm pushing out the mid lane. And my team is pushing the bot lane tower, which is correct move. We've got both objectives on the map that matter. So Roshan and the Tormentor. So by 25 minutes, you really want to be in this state, which is get both Roshan and the Tormentor. And then the towers is like, if you can get the towers, that's perfect. Open up the map. You obviously got all the tier 1 towers at this point, right? So if you got the both objectives, you're quite happy to just push out lanes, close them up for enemies. You don't need to force kills. I mean, you can. It's obviously possible. But as long as enemies are not farming a bigger portion of the map than you are, with the Aegis, you're fine with that. I thought they have a vision there because we went Rosh and they were close to contesting, but apparently they don't. I keep refilling mana for... Wait, why is this showing? Okay. I think I've unmuted my Void Spirit here because I had him pre-muted for some reason. And I'm gonna make the call that for the patch, that in the fights, if the fights are not breaking up, I mean, if there's no fight just yet and we want to initiate, he can try to hook people and I can refresh his spell, right? Because I obviously shouldn't refill his mana if there's a fight going on, because it's more important to have mana on Void Spirit and spells on Void Spirit in the fights, or Mars even. Even Lifestealer with double rage can have so much impact, right? But if there's no fight, Mars jumping in using Arena, it's a heavy commitment spell, right? So he has to jump in. And if we have a hero like Pudge, we really want to try to hook people, and maybe sometime he's gonna hook somebody, and then we're gonna be able to initiate a good fight for us that way, instead of heavy commitment with Mars, right? So right now my call is to play towards this XP shrine, take over the triangle, and control 2 lanes. This is giving up the bot lane, in a way, and they will take the XP shrine, but we are able to actually go for the high ground push here, if enemies don't react, right? So I'm just gonna keep healing this creep wave. My Void Spirit is running around for no reason. But right now we're gonna start pushing. If we control the mid lane, like this Pudge is doing right now, he's gonna control the mid lane, I think. And then we control the top lane, we control 2 lanes, right? So that's something you should aim for. Like, you cannot play 3 lanes. it's very hard for you to play 3 lanes. It's both inefficient, and then, I mean, it's very efficient, but it's very inefficient because someone is going to die, like always, versus a good team. So controlling 2 is fine. And just like this, we control top, we control mid. The Pudge is hooking people. This not worked out, this hasn't worked out, but Void Spear jumps in. And as I said, keep hooking, keep hooking. I'm gonna give you mana as many times as I can, right? And just because of this, I'm able to give... he's gonna be able to save the lifestealer here. The fight looks awkward because there's Aghanims on Invoker. But we still have Aegis, right? So we can play towards it. Back to my spells. So if I have Aghanims and the fight is going, I'm really going to use mana on myself because I can have a second Aghanims. Remember that, right? He commits hard. My lifestealer is full HP because the Aegis expires. And we get the kill. This hero is able to punish even smallest mistakes so much because you have a stun basically on your Aghanims, reposition tool on your W, and then a slow on your solar bind, right? Which is the facet you should always take, I think, if you're playing a pub game. So in a way, we're not able to push high ground right now, but look at the map, right? We're dominating the map. We're playing top lane, we're playing mid lane, we're playing bot lane. This is only allowed right now because the gyro is dead. So there's no like reason for enemies to take a good fight. They can try to get pick-offs, but if they go for Void Spirit, this will happen, right? Which is grief by them. And this is happening because they have no damage. And they have no damage because their core is dead, their carry is dead. So I think we get the Invoker kill here. And we get the Magnus kills. Nice. And this is a just straight up mistake by enemy team. So in a way we split. We are being efficient because we know that we are not going to lose a fight. And exactly this happened. So this is gonna be close to the end. We're gonna be pushing the mid racks. There's gonna be one more fight, I think. Later on. But generally, this is what happens if you play the map correctly with a Keeper of the Light. Notice how many stacks I've made. I wasn't even greedy, but I find myself like up there in the network, right? Because above the Magnus. If I'm playing greedy and I'm farming the stacks, I have like very early Aghanims, but this is risking a lot this game. And Glimmer, as you could see, saved so many people already. And I'm not even good at using the Glimmer. So there's that, right? And right now the plan is clear. I have my ultimate maxed out. I just want to have fights every time I have my ultimate and just heal my teammates. So right now we're not afraid to do anything, right? We could probably end this game right now, but my lifestealer was afraid. And I'm like, okay, if you want the rush, which is fine, which is correct, which is a safe play as well, what we can do is just go through the portal, get Tormentor quickly, and then just go back through the portal, because Rosh is not alive yet, right? So for us, it's really efficient to get an objective that we can get. And we got all the outer towers, right? And going high ground versus Magnus is risky. So I'm calling for Tormentor. And in a way, this death is a perfect death. It's like, it doesn't get better than this when you're dying as support. Your position 5 is dying far away from an objective, and he's securing that objective by just dying there and forcing enemies to use a smoke on him. They wanted a more valuable kill, but all they got was patch, which is completely fine for us, right? And they are showing heroes right now. I think we make a big mistake here, because I'm like, okay guys, let's push the top lane, and we can just force enemy high ground after we got another shard. But we were meant to go back to the portal and just go rush, right? So this is, I'm gonna take the blame for this. Because in a way we are, right now what is happening, we're trying to force enemies back, right? By just pushing this lane. But I have to remember that in this bracket people are actually making a decision based on what is good and not what they see. And right now they are, maybe in my mind, they are supposed to TP back because they see wave coming to the top lane, right? But they are not doing that. And because my team, instead of pushing this tower, is running around the triangle, enemies make the call to go for Roshan, which is the correct call. And this is the great call for them. In the end, it's not gonna matter. We're still gonna win this game. But we've made a mistake by not pushing this if we committed to this. Instead of being like here, we should have committed for Rush. I get the kill on Roshan, luckily for me. And we win the fight. They get the Aegis, right? It's like unfortunate for us. I think we get the task kill, that's it. But what matters here, they got the Rosh. It's a mistake by us, yes. But the call is to push bot right now. We killed one support. This is less likely to matter, but Gyra doesn't have a BKB. And if he doesn't have a BKB, then he's not really able to fight at this point. Because, you know, all the items we have, the miss chance even on my W, 4 seconds of 45 miss chance is like huge, right? So what is gonna happen is we're gonna push the bot lane here. And I'm like, guys, just don't give him good RP and we win the game right here. That's all we need to do. I refresh his hook, as I said before. I use my ultimate. As soon as Aghanims. As soon as I use Aghanims, I really want to use mana as much as I can on myself, which I actually don't do. I was keeping my Q. I was keeping my E to refresh my Q. So basically, I have double Q. Right? That's what happens. So we got the Aegis. Task dice as well. Gyro is out of position. I keep healing my team. Like, this heal is doing a lot, right? And look, my team is committing, but I'm not. I'm like staying back all the time. And I just keep healing them. And if I'm refreshing myself during the ultimate, I'm not only getting the Aghanims quicker, but also getting more heal, right? And at this point, I think what is going to happen is we're gonna die, but we're gonna get the mega creeps. So this game is pretty much over after this point. So I think this game is a perfect representation of how you should play Keeper of the Light. I will say this hero is based a lot on decisions, so it's gonna take you some time to get used to it. And the better decisions you make, the easier the game gets for you. I think I've made some mistakes in this game, but nobody's perfect, and it's a good game to show you guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions regarding this replay or Keeper of the Light gameplay, I'm happy to answer them. As always, subscribe to the channel, and if you're interested in private coaching, let me know and find me on Discord. See you!